एकमप्यास्थितः सम्यक् उभयोर्विन्
गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदा न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाली नमो नमः। वेद वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Please repeat. ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणम् अस्त्वनिराकरणम् मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। लीड सेकंड मंत्र। श्रोत्रस्य श्रोत्रं मनसो मनोयत् वाचो हवाचं स प्राणस्य प्राणः। चक्षुषश्चक्षुः अतिमुच्य धीराः प्रीत्यस्माल्लोकादमृता भवन्ति न तत्र चक्षुर्गच्छति न वाग्गच्छति नो मनः न विद्मः न विजानीमः यथा एतद् अनुशिष्यात् अन्यदेव तत् विदितात् अथो अविदितात् अधि इति शुश्रुम पूर्वेषाम् ये नस्तद्व्याचचक्षिरे ये नस्तद्व्याचचक्षिरे. So we were seeing the answer of the teacher, and the question was prompted by what? The composition is enlivened. What is the enlivener? What is the lender? That was the answer question. Instead of giving an answer which we are more habituated, it is like this. Very cleverly Upanishad has avoided objectification, and it gave the answer which is the ear of the ear, eyes of the eyes, etc. This was Lakshana. Please note, and then the third mantra is Pramanam. What is important to know? We think Atma or consciousness or is myself is inside the body. This is the first big blunder. So the consciousness was said which is not a part of the body or it is not inside the body. This is the first point. Well, what's wrong if I think it is inside the body? If you think it is inside the body, your life will be centered on protecting the container and the body only. You will be body-centric. You are working where your eye is. I can't see Sarita, can she? I think you should all shift like they have done. Shift the table there. This side. Either shift कर लीजिए table. No. Shift the table here. Sierra, you sit. Because I can't know. Yes. Thank you. Now you be here and you between these two and maintain this. Yes. Exactly like they have done. अब कुछ बात बनी कुछ बनी उनको शायद पता नहीं लेग स्पेस ठीक मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है ठीक लेग स्पेस थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर लीजिए ठीक है अच्छा सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज दैट आत्मा इफ यू थिंक इज इनसाइड द बॉडी so that means you are making the body real and body is bigger than the Atma. Container is bigger than the content. And therefore if you feel body, if body won't be there, Atma won't be there. And therefore my whole life will be revolving around the pampering and the maintaining and expanding the body and the relatives of the body. And it's a big blunder. You heard, the Upanishads are very interesting. So first point is Atma is not inside the body. Rather, Atma is not even inside the world. Because enlivener cannot be inside enlivened. The whole world, body, mind, they are having reflected consciousness. They are having borrowed identity. Their identity is not absolute. They are living on credit. They are living on something which is reflected. How can the lender be smaller than the taker? How can be the sun be smaller than the reflected sun in the bucket? These portions are very subtle but very interesting. So first of all is, I get out of the notion that Atma or the consciousness, whatever name you want to give, or I, Atma, consciousness, I, Chaitanya, is inside the body. This is a fallacious notion. And what is illumined notion that Atma is not a part, product or property of the body or the world also. Because whole world is showing reflection. And none of them is the one which is out of the composition. Even the 5 elements I told you, they are a part of a composition. Even Hiranyagarbha or the total mind is a part of a composition. Even Prakriti, the cosmic unmanifest, is a part of composition. If you remember the part of composition, the body, sense organ, mind, intellect, ahankar, samskar, agyan, 7 plus 5 element. Panchikrit, 5 element, 7 plus 5, 12, plus apanchikrit panchamahabhut, that is another 5, so this 17, plus the avyakt, etc. 19, 18, 19, plus time. All these things are only having the status of reflection, stated of borrowed, because they are all changing, dying, appearing, disappearing. They are not the one none of them are having the independence. So the question of the student was, what is that which is enlivener? An enlivener cannot be in the enlivened. This point is there. Enlivener cannot be enlivened. Okay? I hope this point is clear. Now first is the first point. Keep on reflecting if you have any time. There is no time we have to reflect. I am a pure consciousness, I don't reflect. So first point is that I am the one which is not a part, product of body. I am not inside the body. This is the first point. Second point is, rather I pervade the body. Quite an astonishing points. I pervade the body. This is P2, point number 2. Point number 3 too may be different, but I am just summarizing it. To come back to the third mantra. I pervade the body. Why? Please note, when it is said it is the year of the year, I told so many times, not like this. Why? Because body is, I see reflection of the sentiency in the body. I see sentiency in the body. That means the reflectivity of the body, there should be someone which pervades the body, and there is something which is reflected through the body. So the bimb pervades the pratibimb. The object pervades the reflection. And therefore, because if you make this an object, then again this will be in space and it becomes finite. And therefore, the consciousness or the self or the Atma or the I pervades the body. Jai Ho. This is second principle. Third principle is, it may sound difficult for you to understand, but listen. Well, what about the after death Atma leaves? We'll talk about it. We have heard the novel Bhatakti Atma. What about that? Wandering Atma, Bhut Pret Atma. Don't confuse, we will talk about that. We'll talk about that. Wait. Let us get the fundamentals tightened, then we can think about that all that. This is the second point. Third point is that Atma or consciousness is not limited by the body. First is not part parcel, second is it is pervading the body, third it is not limited by the body. It is not limited by the body. It is not of the shape of the body. Because anything of the shape will be a part of a composition. Fourth point is, even after death of the body, Atma is there. Popular notion is that when I will pass away, we use such expression, when I will die, I was born. This is the popular notion. How can I be born? How the consciousness will be born? Consciousness will be born from consciousness or from inert? How can the enlivener be born from the reflected thing? When already reflected thing was existing, that means the enlivener was already existing. How were you born then? Well, what I feel. Who told you are born? My mother told me. No, body was born. Body may be born, but I told you are not the body. You are not the body. Body is born, I have no problem. But you are not the body, because body is a part of a composition. So first, Atma is not part parcel, second, it pervades, third, it is not limited, fourth point, it survives. These are 4 points try to internalize first. So this is called Lakshanani. I'm talking about the second mantra. Well, what you already took, again you are coming back. Yes, I'll go back and forth. They say, how is the back problem? I say, back and forth it is there. Back problem is all the time there. Back and forth it is there. This is the second mantra. It may find tough, but you think it, maybe if God wills, you will also get it. So there is no sufferer actually, because sufferer is a move, it's changing thing. Last point, this consciousness or the Atma, there is no change in it. I feel I am changing. All our ignorance is based on wrong feeling. No, it cannot be proved. What is wrong cannot be proved. Anything wrong cannot be proved. I tell you in Vedanta, sorrow cannot be proved because it is not there. But I feel it, that is your problem. You feel it, that is your problem. You feel you are very good looking, that is also a problem. That is your problem. What can I say? If you feel like that, how can I stop you from feeling? Anybody can feel I'm intelligent. I'm very wise. I'm better than you. I'm holier than thou. And you can feel anything. Feeling has no meaning because it is not tested. Here the thing is proved through a means of knowledge. Vedanta is very tight. You cannot play with anything here. I'm trying to condense these mantras. Otherwise, each mantras take 7, 8, 10 days in our Vedanta course. I go each by word, but I'm trying to put it in simple word, not missing the main point also. Okay, very fine, fantastic. Well, but I'm changing. Oh, you are changing. How can you be changing? How can you be changing? Well, I'm doing the work. If you are suffering, that means you are changing. If you say I'm suffering, that means those are suffering. Every verb starts and ends. Verb means action. Action starts and ends. Suffering is an action. Enjoying is an action. It was not perpetually. If you are sad, we ask also, since when you are sad? So it started in time. Before suffering started, you were there or not? Yes. If you were then, how you were suffering? Because before you are not suffering then. So you are not suffering or you are suffering. If you are suffering, then you cannot be not suffering. And if you are not suffering, then you cannot be suffering. So therefore you are not suffering. Because if you are suffering, then you cannot be the seer of suffering. Who will eliminate the suffering? Because you know you are suffering, therefore somebody else is there who knows that you are suffering, which is not suffering, and therefore you are not suffering. So, how can you be the verb? Any action starts in time and ends in time. And your suffering also ends in deep sleep, at least. Suffering is a variation. Similarly, enjoying is a variation. I am enjoying. This is wrong. You are not enjoying because there's change. The modification in I is there. I am enjoying. That means enjoyment is started. We say you are not enjoying. You are of the nature of full joy, in which there is no change. Changeless joy is consciousness. Are you getting all these points? Try to distance yourself from your wrong life. Distance yourself from the body. Distance yourself from your wrong experiences. What we hold on so tightly, when you distance yourself, that is called meditation. This is the few points this I wanted to emphasize once again in the second mantra. Third mantra came, now how to know that, if I don't know how to know that. Second mantra was Lakshanani. And third mantra is Pramanam. Pramanam means means of knowledge. Means of knowledge. There is something called conventional Praman, there is something called non-conventional Praman. Conventional means normal Praman is there. Eyes are Praman, ear are Praman, tongue is Praman. There is too much, the tea had a lot of, I have put 4 spoonful of sugar in the tea, I forgot. How do you know? I tasted it. You also taste. Yes, it's too sweet. You didn't put sugar in the, I think you put tea in the sugar. Therefore, too sweet is there. You put some tea in lot of sugar. And therefore, it is too sweet. The spoon is not moving, it's standing. Because sugar is still there. How do you know? It is, I tasted it. Conventional Praman. They say Kenopanishad is difficult, but it's very interesting. Difficult means subtle. You need little withdrawn mind so that you are free to know all these things. Very nice. When it is said, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, no manaha. 3 things I will take. Then I will go to na vidmaha, na vijanima, etc. So when it is said, na tatra tasmin atmani, in that chakshur, eyes don't go there. Why? Because anywhere where the eyes go, eyes means all sense object of perception. Eyes, ears, skin, taste, etc. Why? Because they only objectify something of the assemblage. Their work is to objectify. When anything you objectify, you remove it something else. Supposing I say this is a pot, that means this is not a cot. When any give you anything, then I say this is a cat, that means it's not a dog. Right? I say it's a table, that means it's not a chair. You separate from everything else. Anything you objectify. And therefore, this consciousness or this Atma, therefore I am using many times. When I say consciousness, you will say something else. Therefore I am repeating it. This consciousness, Atma, I, self, me, whatever word you want to say. Don't hear Vedanta objectively. You will miss the bus. These mistakes most of the people make. It is talking about you. If I objectify it, na tatra chakshur gacchati, it will become drishyam, O. It will become M, material. It will become with attribute. It will become vikari, changing. It will become transient. Very simple. Na tatra chakshur gacchati. Eyes, whatever eyes will see, will be finite, it will be dying. Very good. Therefore, whatever eyes are seeing, that cannot be that self or Atma. Na vag gacchati. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati. Now, this I'll take little time if you permit. And if you don't permit, then also I'll take time. So, na vag gacchati. Something eyes don't see, but I illuminate it. Something else said by the... Dekho, dhyan dena. The speech can illuminate something only when the thing has four things. What is that? One is called jati. Jati doesn't mean ब्राह्मण जाति, क्षत्रिय जाति, बोले कौन जाति है आपकी? Jati is don't use the worldly meaning of the words which I use here. These are all technical terms. Technical means having a fixed meaning, called paribhashik shabd. So jati has meaning akar vyanga jati. So like horse is called a jati. A particular shape is called a jati, horse jati. Cow jati. Species, what you call. Species. Or manushya jati. Manushya jati. Or cow jati. So, this is called jati. Something which has shape can be indicated by the word. This is a cow. This is a monkey. But because the self consciousness does not have a shape, because if it is in shape, it will exclude everything else which is known. Then by what is that reflected thing? Supposing I say this is consciousness, what about other thing? Who is lending consciousness and who is lending knowership to that aspect? And therefore, anything can be illumined. Word is an illuminator. I say lotus, immediately lotus came in your mind. I say rose, rose came in your mind. I say water. If you are American, you will say water. So water came in your mind. Water. You can't understand unless if either you are habituated living there. When you are habituated, you understand. समझ में आता है ना वहाँ रह के. Otherwise they will not say water. They say water. War time. Half the words they eat. So that is called jati. Jati. Atma does not have a shape. खूब clear कर लो. Make it very, very clear. Don't have any room for any doubts, etc. Doubt should be out. Second point is, I'm saying what word can illuminate. So number one, anything which has a jati. Second thing, anything which has a good quality. Anything which has a good. Good means, well, he is a very good person. He is very good. Achha, yes. This is very excellent. This cappuccino coffee is excellent. How is it? है ना? Excellent. Breakfast, how was it? Good, excellent. Very good. Achha, how is the weather? Very cold. How is this person? Knowledgeable, well informed, well traveled. So anything, now guna, if it has a quality, it can be objectified by word, by speech. Atma does not have any guna. What is guna? Vyavartakatvat. That which separates something else. When I say it is sweet, that means it is not sour. When I say it's soft, that means it's not hard. When I say it's tall, that means it's not short. When I say it's flower, that means it is not wood. So if Atma has a guna, it will become again finite. Then what about that portion who will illuminate that? Everywhere reflection is there. So, guna nasti atmani. Ataha yataha nirgunatvat ataha shabdaha atmanam na abhivanjit. Therefore, word cannot illuminate the nirguna atma. Second point. Third point. Anything which has an action, kriya. You indicate something by kriya. Action. Who is he? Cook, driver, swimmer, singer. It is singer gone. Singer left. Dancer. Where is the dancer? Dancer is here. Singer is left. Achha. Driver is there. Or doctor. You indicate by his action. You objectified it. Atma cannot have any action. Why? In action there is a movement. You say wind is moving because there is a place where wind is not there. Then only you can do an action. Action itself is indicating incompleteness somewhere. There is no action in space. So Atma is nishkriyatvat. It cannot be comprehended by the word. Third point. Third ho gaya na? Third is fourth. Third is there. Jati, gun, kriya. You cannot tell how it Atma is. Which word is there for the Atma? No word. Chup raho. Keep quiet. बताओ कोई आत्मा काम ही नहीं करती है. स्वामी अखंडानंद जी उससे आत्मा निकम्मी है. मजाक करते हैं. हम निकम्मा आई कांट ट्रांसलेट. क्या बोले निकम्मा? क्या इंग्लिश होगी उसकी? Who doesn't act? Who doesn't do any work? This is the third point. Fourth thing, you indicate somebody by sambandh. He is my son-in-law. He is my father. She is my sister. She is my buaji. Coming from Rampur. Or this is from Amzinto. ठीक बोला? Amzinto. She is coming. Buaji. Phupaji is from East London. East London. Port Elizabeth. He is there from who? This is my uncle is there. Or from Pretoria is there. You indicate something when it is sambandh. Atma advitiyatvat sambandho nasti. Because it is one without a second, it doesn't have any relative. Relative means one can mix with somebody. Mixing is possible only when there is something other than you which is of the same level of reality. Because Atma does not have anything else, only one illuminator is there. There are not two illuminators. Because if two illuminators are there, then one will illuminate another. Then you need another illuminator to say these are two illuminators. There cannot be two illuminators because you need another to say this is two. So only one illuminator has to be there. So one illuminator is there and therefore there is no relation in the Atma. And therefore you cannot indicate by any relation. This is third point. Fourth. Don't miss this point. These are crux of Vedantic. Not that Vad Kachati is going on. Oh, I forgot. And the last is called Rudhi. Rudhi means something which is commonly said, sun. Everybody knows that. Everybody calls it sun. Everybody calls it moon, this. Everybody calls the wind as wind only. Everybody has same opinion. Nobody has difference. Everybody says sun is bright. Whether he is black or white or colored or Indian, African, they are all one on this opinion. We don't differ on this point that no, sun is not bright, sun is dark. It's called Rudhi. Indri agocharatvat. Because it is not known by the senses, therefore Rudhi also doesn't work. These are the 5 areas where words can go and objectify. And because that consciousness is none of that, therefore you cannot tell about Atma. Only then why we are sitting when you cannot tell here? I'm just wasting my time. No, wait. I'm saying you cannot tell by conventional means of knowledge. There is a super means of knowledge that we will see now. Natatra vag gacchati. But is it not that Atma is, you are calling the name Atma? You are calling the name Brahman of the Atma. You are calling the name Sat. You are calling is it not the name of the Atma? Good question. You have posed a good question. Is it not the Atma name of the Atma? Is it not you call it Brahma? Is it not you call consciousness? Is it not you call infinite? Is it not you call something as, what is it called? Tattvam. What about all these words? So many words Atma has. And you are saying our words don't reach on Atma. I also think, don't think I am very foolish. I also think, and I am not going to accept whatever you say. I also think, then I'll accept. Although I am making the notes what you are saying, but I also think. Okay, cool down. I understand what you are saying. Please note all these words. Atma, Tattva, Sat. They are to negate something and not to tell. They are not objectifying them. Like the word Atma is there. One meaning of, you will see later on, Yacha apnoti, etc. One meaning is na tamyati, which doesn't get tired. Na tamyati iti Atma. In which there is no action. All are negative. All words are negative and not positive. What do you mean by negative? You say we should not be negative. No, not like that. So when I say it is negative, means negative something and not objectifying Atma. When I say Atma is Sat or Atma is there, or I say it is consciousness, it only means that it is all inert is not Atma. And therefore you need another word to clarify. Therefore you say Anantam now. Anantam is said because I see that only one thing is there, it is all pervading now. I hope you got this point. Whatever word you use, only Brahman is there. When Brahman word is used, it will be used in the next mantra. It's not a positive word. Like we have a positive meaning. Supposing he says he is Rohit. So he is Rohit, his name is Rohit. Who is Rohit? He is Rohit. You don't have to negate somebody and then this. It's not for negating something called Rohit, then I know something. Rohit, he is. You don't have to negate and then understand that. What it means then, other than that is Rohit. I say straight away, Rohit, or he is Piyush, or she is Sushila, not only Sheila, because Sheila is busy. So therefore, she is in Annapurna. So I am saying Sushila. Sushila means you don't have to negate something and then you say whatever remains is Sushila. It's not like she is Sushila, full stop. But when you use the word Brahman, Brahman means whatever is not limited by time, space and object. Desh, Kal, Vastu, Aparichinnatvat, Brahmatvat. Brahadhatu is there. Bharyapidam has come from that only. Bharyapidam, Natavapam, Karanyo, Karanikaram, etc. Kya baat? I hope this is little clear. Because these questions may come. While listening, some question will come. And it should come at times, no problem. You write down some questions if you have. Don't put on the notes. You write down. Then slowly as the text will advance, you will get the answer. And after everything is over, even if you don't get the answer, then you can definitely ask, no problem. But I discourage question answer at least for 1 year. Because answer is already there, just wait. That answer needs some time to be given. We can't rush. Okay. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati. Remember yesterday I concluded it is not silence. Warning. When warning, red light comes, warning. When I use the word silence, after listening to Vedanta, I understand all that it cannot be the known things. Anything which has a word cannot be the infinite. Knowing this is called silence. That is Mauna Vyakhyana. Na tatir chakshur gacchati. Quietness has not too much of respect in Vedanta. Well, he is a quiet person. He is a quiet fool. There are two kinds of fool. One is disturbed, one is quiet. Foolness is maintained. There is no meaning of that. And if he is quiet, there is a potentiality of getting disturbed also. He is quiet because today there is a quiet day. Your prarabdha is very cool. Nobody is disturbing you. Nobody is provoking your ego. And nobody is provoking your attachment. Therefore, it's a quiet. You are quiet. There's a potential of being disturbed. Unless ignorance goes, you are a potential disturbing person. So, na tat chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati. 2 points. Chale aage. Third is na manaha. If something cannot be talked about, your emotion, we cannot quantify it. You cannot see your emotion. You cannot see that. Only he has 5 kilo of jealousy. You cannot quantify it. Something in the mind, you cannot put it into words. How sweet it is, very sweet. How much? Exactly you tell me. Or you taste it and you can understand. It's very, very sweet. But exactly it cannot be communicated. That person has to taste it to know how much sweet really it is. It is very, very pungent. How much? Very pungent. I know how pungent it is. Emotions you cannot see by eyes. Although people say tons of love. Very common expression is there. Tons. What is tons? Lots of love. Tons mean 1,000 kilogram. Tons of love. How many tons is not mentioned? Tons of love. Tons of love only mean lot of love. Don't stretch it too much. But how much? I cannot quantify it. I cannot see how much love you have for your father, mother, child, brother, sister. I cannot see. I cannot see. But mind experiences it. Okay. But Atma cannot be known by mind also. Why? Why it cannot be known by mind? Because mind can objectify something finite. It has love for somebody. It has hatred for somebody. It has compassion for somebody. It has dispassion from something. It has extreme, attachment for something. And the source of that mind is consciousness. The essence of the mind is consciousness. Yesterday's rule, anything cannot objectify its essence. This tip of the finger can't touch itself. This fingertip can touch all part of the body. I can scratch my back, I can scratch my head, I can scratch my cheeks, I can scratch my neck, I can scratch my stomach. I can't scratch from this part only. I am scratching. No, you don't use another finger. You scratch this tip by this tip. You cannot do swatmani kriya bhavat. Anything can't objectify its essence. The clay can objectify the pot. Pot can't objectify the clay. Pot can't objectify the clay. From pot you can't make clay. From clay you can make pot. Namana. I hope these are conventional means of knowledge. Therefore this word. ठीक है ना? कितनी बढ़िया बात. Now next thing he says, na vidma. I also don't know. Teacher is saying, why you didn't tell me earlier and wasting my time. I thought you are knowing, therefore I am studying here. आपकी पोल पट्टी खुल रही है. When it came to teaching, now you are saying I don't know. Na vidma is bahuvachan. We all don't know. Na vayam vidma. Na vayam brahma vidma. Brahma is the object here. Brahma, we don't know. What are you talking? That means I don't know like you are knowing the object of the world. It is not that I don't know at all. I don't know as you know the worldly object. It's not that he is not knowing the Brahman, but he is not knowing as I know table, as I know paperweight, as I know a cloth, as I know a sun, as I know a moon. Na vidma. Na vayam vidma. Vayam, he is indicating whole sampradaya, none of our teachers know. He is not saying aham, every सबको लपेट लिया उन्होंने. We all don't know. One, two, three, four हो गया. Full stop. Then he says, न विजानीमः यथा एतद् अनुशिष्यात्. I don't know how to tell it to you. Neither you know how to tell it, then why you are asking me to sit here and listen? न विजानीमः यथा एतद् अनुशिष्यात्. How to tell it to you? Why? Because when you read science, when you read arts, the teacher will come, there will be one chapter is there. One chapter is on atom. So he'll come on the whiteboard, he'll take a chalk. First thing he'll make us some kind of circle is there. This is one circle, this is atom, this is molecule. Student, this is proton, this is neutron, this is electron, this is orbit. Everybody is noting, everybody is seeing. First thing is that you have a whiteboard in the classroom. Earlier we had a blackboard. Now you have whiteboard and the pen is there. What is that pen called? Marker pen, whatever is there. Or any subject is there. Supposing you are reading zoology or botany or social science or physiology. So you are hearing about, okay, this is called heart. In the medical school you have gone, so he'll make a shape of a heart. So he is going to tell today what is blood pressure, what is high blood pressure, and what is low blood pressure, or what is diastolic and what is systolic. ऊपर नीचे वाला मत बोलना, ऊपर वाला ज्यादा. बोले top one is higher, lower one is okay. Systolic and diastolic. ठीक है ना? नीचे वाला diastolic. So he will say, okay, when the blood is pumped outside, then that is this is this. Immediately everybody's. Here you can't make any figure. Only why don't you use PowerPoint presentation to explain Atma? क्या बोले हम? क्या बताया हमारे? कुछ है नहीं हमारे. We no whiteboard available, no blackboard. And क्या समझाएं? क्या फिगर बनाए इसमें? And that is what is the history. History of India, history of the world. This is big history. And this is in time. Geography, it is in space. Or it is an object. Physics, it is an object. Or the chemistry, Mendeleev table is there. Mendeleev table is there. Or biochemistry is there. Or it's a mechanical engineering. Or it's electronic engineering. Photon. Photon is there. A lot of things are there. Everywhere it is easy to grasp. You grasp it. And therefore the conventional method of communication is that something is objective. From one mind it goes to another mind. You are showing it. You are objectively teaching something. And teaching process is very simple. What you know from your mind, you see his mind will catch it. It is more about you. Did you get my point? Get. Did you get it? I got it. You got it? I got it. I catch it. I got it. I conceived it. Are you conceiving? Yes, I am conceiving. These are the words used generally. I understood it. I grasped it. See the words. I grasped it. Acha, ab here none of this work. You can't catch the knowledge. You can't catch Atma. It is, please note, the whole Upanishad will he teach. When he says, I don't know how to teach. I don't know how to teach like the conventional methods are taught. This is the hidden meaning. Conventional thing like a subject is taught, this cannot be taught like that. Conventional means of knowledge called intellect, called mind, called eyes, called ears are non-applicable there. There is nothing called theory class and there is a called practical class. Practical class will be there today. Achha? Yes, you will be shown what we have seen, what we have read. Now we will be seeing it in our practical classes. There is nothing called practical here. Na vijanima. I hope this point is clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. After Anushishyat, full stop. Not that he left. Not like that. Now very powerful statement. Then which Praman will you use? I will be using the Shabda Praman. But you said Vag does not go, speech doesn't go. No, wait. Don't hurry. Let me complete. When you are talking, I was quiet. When I am talking, you be quiet. So, when husband and wife fight, this is what they say. So, he says, it is called Alaukik Shabda Praman. One is called Laukik Shabda Praman, worldly Shabda Praman. Who is this? His name is Rakesh. Oh, Rakesh, yes. Mr. Rakesh Sinha, nice to see you. Achha. Okay. You know by words. But what is the meaning of Alaukik Shabda Praman? This is called non-conventional words are used to reveal Atma. Here some words will be used to tell what Atma is not. Here some words will be used to tell what Atma is not, so that after you know what Atma is not, you leave the word and understand that without intellect. You understand that? It's like a pole vault. Pole vault game you must have seen. They run with the pole. And there's a big bar is there. Pole vault. And the flexible pole is there. Otherwise he can't jump. And on the big pole he jumps. And there is a bar, he crosses. After that he drops that pole. Nothing is holding the pole. He drops that pole. So here it is said, now this topic comes, Anyadev tad viditat atho aviditat adhi. And this is the very key line of the whole Upanishad. Whole Upanishad. What is there? It is different than Anyadev viditat. It is different than known. Atha means moreover. Aviditat. Adi means adhik. It is adhik means it is above. It is above unknown. What did you say? It is different than known. Or by different than known, then it is unknown. Say straight away it is unknown. Why are you saying different than known? Say unknown. No, I won't say like that. Therefore I will say it is different than unknown also. Let's say I am already confused, don't trouble me. You'd say it is different than known, it is unknown. No, it is different than known and different than unknown both. Acha, this flower is known or unknown? Aha. It is known and unknown both. This portion you know the flower, where from it has come, what was the plant, who planted it, when was the first time it was planted, which area of the world was that, all are unknown. About me, I am known. You see, I know Swamiji. Acha, you know my childhood. You know my age. I know that. Acha. Because your 50th birthday celebrated, then I knew actually. So, I know that. Or I know when your 40th birthday you were in. Or you know when your 60th birthday was celebrated. You don't know my childhood. You don't know the school in which I studied. You don't know the college in which I studied. You don't know how much I have studied. About me, what you know is less and what is unknown is more. And this is for everything. Unknown is more for anything than the known. About your mind also you know more and unknown is less. You don't know what game will it play today now. Which topic he'll get upset and where he'll get excited and sad you don't know. Let's see what towards it happens today. Let's see where it reacts. Yesterday it reacted to another aspect. Today let's see what it does. One is known, and bigger than known is unknown. That is unmanifest. Even you don't know about your past birth also. About yourself you don't know the past births. Very little you know about your jeev. Oh. So what is known? Known is that which is conceived by the senses. Acha. Atma cannot be known. No, why? Because every known starts. This flower started budding. Every known thing starts in time and ends in time. It is in the frame of time and space. And therefore, it cannot be Atma because Atma was the one which illumined the starting of assemblage. Anything reflected will be after the one which is reflector. Reflected cannot be before reflector. Enlivened cannot be before enlivener. And therefore, known is always finite and dying. Therefore, Atma or the consciousness cannot be known. Other than it is unknown. No, wait. Unknown changes to become known. Unknown changes. Your vasana changes to become an action. Therefore, unmanifest is always modifying. Your past birth's action modified to become new birth. Your vasanas modified to become thought. Therefore, unmanifest will always change. And therefore what? That is also changing. Who? Unmanifest. Unmanifest is changing and manifest is dying. How can the changing be Atma? Why? Because if it changes, who will see it is changing? Changing thing is always seen. It is not eternal. And therefore, Atma is said to be different than changing and the unchanging, unmanifest, because unchanging and unmanifest is subject to change after some time. And the whole world is summarized by known and unknown. Bas. अब करो ऑब्जेक्टिफाई, ऑब्जेक्टिफाई सकते. नॉट टेल मी अबाउट आत्मा. वो सबको खत्म कर दिया उन्होंने. नॉट टेल मी व्हाट इज आत्मा. ब्लू, येलो, वाइट. बोली बड़ी पावरफुल आत्मा. पावर इज अनमेनिफेस्टिंग. आत्मा इज नॉट पावर. और इनकी आत्मा पावरफुल है. आत्मा में बड़ी एनर्जी. एनर्जी इज अनमेनिफेस्टिंग. एनर्जी इज नॉट आत्मा. We'll see more tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari please take the books. SUP student, please come and take the 5th chapter. Evening class.